In this video, I'm going to show you how the same prompt concerning investing in the style of Peter Lynch was interpreted by different AI engines. So if you're familiar with Peter Lynch, he is the famous value investor who was very successful with the Fidelity Magellan Fund. So I created this prompt. I'm studying value investing. Please suggest 5 funds that most closely follow Peter Lynch's investing principles. Let's look at the first one. Microsoft Copilot in precise mode. First of all, it goes through and explains something about Peter Lynch and his strategy. And it's also, it's also giving advice about not providing that, it's not going to provide you the information. It's telling you that you need to do the information, that it can't find any specific funds, and then it gives you some references to Peter Lynch's style of investing. So Microsoft Copilot in precise mode won't give us any funds. Let's look at the next one. Microsoft Copilot in creative mode. Again, it goes through and explains what value investing is. It talks about Peter Lynch, but then it does go ahead and suggest some funds. The Magellan Fund, which is the fund that Peter Lynch managed, and it does talk about what some of the top 5 holdings are: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, and Facebook. Now, not everyone would consider these value stocks. So this is one place where you need to go through and really understand Peter Lynch's investing style. They do have growth potential. They have been shown to be good stocks. I'm not sure that they qualify for value stocks according to Peter Lynch's criteria. You would have to study that. This next one, the Franklin India Opportunities, it invests in India companies. It's a little bit interesting to me that it picked a company that is a foreign company, especially India. It goes through and explains its performance to date as well as some of its top holdings. So you could check those holdings out and see if they actually adhere to the principles that Peter Lynch professes. Then the Vanguard Value Index Fund, same thing. These look more like value names to me: Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, ExxonMobil, and Berkshire Hathaway. Then there's the T. Rowe Price Blue Chip Fund, goes on, but again, it talks about Amazon, Alphabet, Facebook. Visa and MasterCard would be more considered what I would call value related. And then the Lynch Value Trust. So someone's created a fund using Peter Lynch's name that combines these philosophies. Again, look at the top holdings: Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Costco, and Home Depot. We're seeing kind of a theme here. Some of these stocks that are in the top, I'm not going to say whether they are, whether they aren't, but in my reading of Peter Lynch, I'm not sure that all these qualify for his criteria. All right, let's go on to the next one. Microsoft Copilot in balanced mode. And it goes through it and gives a different explanation. It breaks down what the Lynch philosophy is in a little bit more detail. And then it shows the funds. The Fidelity Contra Fund doesn't name any top holdings. T. Rowe Price Equity Income Fund. Now this one obviously focuses on dividend-paying stocks. The Vanguard Growth Index Fund, T. Rowe Price New Horizons, and Fidelity Magellan. So we have seen the Fidelity Magellan Fund come up on 2 of these. But many of the others are totally different. Let's look at Google Gemini. He gives a very brief introduction on Peter Lynch, not much, and then recommends these different funds and explains how these funds operate and what they focus on. So we've got the Crescent Fund, the Hodge Small Cap, Prime Cap Odyssey Growth, Sequoia, and Wasatch Small Cap Growth. Let's look at the one generated by GPT4. It talks about some of his criteria of Peter Lynch and then suggests some funds: the Vanguard Small Cap Growth and the Validea Market Legends, and then Fidelity Magellan. Now it's important to note that the AI may be pulling in the Magellan Fund because it was created by Peter Lynch according to his principles. However, now that Peter Lynch is no longer running that fund and hasn't run it since 1990, we would have to look at that fund fairly closely to see if it aligns with his principles. So in short, it's important to understand that while the AI, the generative AI engines can help us start with our research, there's still a lot of legwork that needs to be done before we can just make a decision. I think this has been especially evident when we can see the output from different AI engines.